the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
What an incredible film. What an emotional journey, too, that these characters take me on. David, Jake Schreier mentioned that there's a lot of Red Guardian and Yelena emotional ties from Black Widow. How important was it for you to honor that found family dynamic while still showing how much Alexei has changed through the years? And also, where are Alexei and Yelena at the start of the film?
Yeah, I mean, it was really important. Showing up, it was one of the things that would be able to ground me in the movie. I mean, I was very excited to work with Wyatt and Sebastian and Hannah and but I knew that this relationship with Yelena was gonna be the core for him. When they start out, Alexei's in a very bad place. And I think the dynamic between the two of them and what's destroyed both of them is Natasha's death, that they both can't process in their own ways. And when you lose a central figure in a family, sometimes the family members react in very unique, specific ways, and sometimes the family itself falls apart, and that's what's happened here. But the needs are still there, and the love is still there, and the emotions are still there. But, Alexei is haunted by his failure and is obsessed with the idea of some kind of success that won't ultimately save him. I mean, what will save him is some kind of love with his found family. And some kind of vulnerability with other people, which you can't seem to see. So we start in a very bad place, and he's quickly confronted with how he needs to change.
I love that. Now, Wyatt, Thunderbolts really seems to dig into John Walker's guilt and struggle since everything that happened in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Can you talk about Walker's evolution, where he's a little bit more self-aware, but still rough around the edges? And can you talk about the theme of redemption for John Walker?
Yeah, you find John in this place where he's still hiding everything with bravado. He's hiding everything, all of his insecurities, with this facade of, I'm still the best, even though I, may have made choices that weren't Captain America choices. What I find interesting about going into his, at least, shame room, where you see the moment where he's looking at his family and the things that he's done, it's a very subtle shame room. And as a father, I just thought it was very important to have, it was originally just a conversation, an argument between the two parents. And I thought it was very important to have the child there, because that is what, if you're not paying attention to your kid because you're absorbed in your own selfishness, even though it's something where I don't think John ever regrets killing somebody, because that's his job. That was what they built him to do. But it's the idea that people don't like me, and that I've always been celebrated and loved, and now people hate me, and that's the shame. And he's looking at himself be more concerned with himself than he is with just pick up your kid and it'll magically fix it if you actually can do that. And I think that's, again, a central theme of the movie in the redemptive arc is listen to other people, get out of your way, get out of your own way, connect with these people. They're worth, and if you do, by the way, you're gonna find some sort of element of team and a little bit of redemption at the end of it. And I think it's fun. We leave them in a place where there's a lot more for them to do and a lot more places for them to go, because it doesn't fully resolve those aspects of themselves.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like John Walker is one of those characters you walk in the film feeling a certain way about him, and you walk out of the film kind of understanding him a little bit more, to the point where I'm really excited to see where he goes next in the MCU. Speaking of what's going on next in the MCU, I want to talk about this because it was announced that both of you guys are going to be in Avengers Doomsday. I don't want to ask about any plot points about that, but I do want to ask you guys, when you guys heard the announcement that you're going to be in the film, was it similar to Alexei's reaction to being a part of a team?
Did you have that reaction? Did you sit there and go, yeah?
And yeah, my wife was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm cheering at the back of my own name on my chair. I love myself.
I mean, I'll tell you what it did create in me was anxiety, because that chair thing went on for so long and they paused for 30 minutes.
You're
on
like,
each
did I
chair
get
thing.
the right information?
Well, yeah, it was 20 chairs in or something. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. There it is.
It was like being on the sports team, seeing if your name was going to be on the list for the...
Exactly.
It brought back PTSD for me, I swear to God, because then I was like, wait a second, I'm going to run, because I got it afterwards. So I was like, where is it? And you'd kind of skip over your name real quick. You're like, was that my name?
What happened to Bulletproof? It's